Did you know that some of the largest man-made stone blocks on Earth are found in Lebanon? It's true. At a place called Baalbek, there are stones so massive they make you question everything you thought you knew about the ancient world. Imagine seeing them for the first time. The sheer size simply defies easy explanation. It makes you stop in your tracks and just wonder what kind of people, what kind of power could achieve such a monumental feat. This isn't just big construction. It's something else entirely. These stones whisper tales of incredible ambition and forgotten skills. They challenge our modern understanding of what was possible way back then. It's a real head-scratcher right from the moment you lay eyes on them. Baalbek is a town in Lebanon's Bekaa Valley. It is a very, very old place. People have lived there for thousands and thousands of years. Long before the Romans ever showed up, this site was clearly important, a sacred spot. We find layers upon layers of history here, one civilization often built right on top of the ruins of another. The Romans, famous for their engineering, constructed absolutely huge temples at Baalbek. They dedicated these grand structures to their gods Jupiter, Venus and Bacchus. But here's the kicker. Even they built their impressive temples on top of an older, even more mysterious stone platform. This just adds another layer to this incredible ancient puzzle. The Roman temples themselves are truly amazing sights to behold. They are some of the largest and most grandiose ever constructed in the entire Roman Empire. But underneath part of the massive Jupiter temple platform, we find the real giants of Baalbek. These are the specific stones that make this site world famous and utterly baffling. Three enormous, perfectly cut rectangular blocks, known together as the trilithon, form part of a retaining wall for this ancient podium. They are fitted together with astounding precision. They sit high up, looking out over the valley, a silent testament to an unknown age. How they got there is the colossal question we're diving into. These foundation stones are not your average building blocks. They are truly colossal. Each one is a monolith, meaning it's carved from a single, continuous piece of stone. Their incredible scale is very hard to fully grasp from photographs alone. You really have to imagine standing right next to one of these behemoths. It would absolutely tower over you, making you feel tiny. The precision with which these stones were quarried, shaped, and then placed is also quite remarkable. This wasn't just a case of brute force. There was an incredible level of skill and planning involved. It's a stunning testament to some forgotten capability, some lost chapter of human history. So let's talk about the mind-boggling weight of these stones. The three trilithon blocks are unbelievably heavy. Each one of these individual stones weighs in at around 800 tons. That's a staggering 1.6 million pounds for each block. Just try to wrap your head around that number for a moment. How many people using only simple tools would it take to even budge one of these monsters, let alone lift it? We use gigantic modern cranes today for objects that are significantly lighter. The ancient builders of Baalbek didn't have access to that kind of 21st century technology. So the mystery just deepens with every single ton we consider. It's an engineering problem of epic proportions. And if you think that's impressive, hold on to your hat, because there's more. Nearby in the ancient limestone quarry, about a kilometer away, lies an even bigger and possibly more famous stone. It's known locally as the Hajar al-Hibla. In English, that translates to the stone of the pregnant woman. This absolute monster is estimated to weigh around a jaw-dropping 1,000 tons. And get this, another even larger stone, nicknamed Hajar al-Garbiya II, or the Western Stone II, was discovered nearby more recently. This one tips the scales at an almost unimaginable 1,650 tons. These incredible monoliths weren't even moved to the temple site. They were left in the quarry, perhaps proving too immense even for their ambitious creators. To truly put this incredible weight into perspective, let's compare it to something familiar from our modern world. A very large airplane, like a Boeing 747 jumbo jet, weighs around 400 tons when it's empty. So, the stone of the pregnant woman is more than twice as heavy as a fully assembled 747. The largest quarried stone, that 1,650-ton behemoth, is more than 4 times heavier than a jumbo jet. Now try to imagine trying to lift and move an object the weight of 4 large airplanes without any modern hydraulic machinery or super cranes. It sounds utterly impossible, doesn't it? Yet the trilithon stones were somehow transported and lifted precisely into place. The famous trilithon stones, these 800-ton giants, are found forming part of the western retaining wall of the Jupiter Temple's podium. They are positioned quite high up, about 20 feet or 6 meters off the ground. The stone of the pregnant woman and the other, even larger, unfinished giants are still lying in the ancient limestone quarry. This quarry is located about a quarter of a mile, or roughly 900 meters away from the main temple complex. So these massive blocks were not only expertly quarried and shaped, they also had to be transported over a significant distance. And then some of them were precisely lifted into their final resting place. The logistics involved are just staggering to contemplate. So we arrive at the million-dollar question, or perhaps in this case, the multi-million-ton question. How on earth did they do it? How did ancient people, whoever they were, manage to move and position these colossal stones? The honest truth, the one that keeps researchers scratching their heads, is that nobody knows for sure. There are no surviving ancient texts from that specific pre-Roman era that clearly described the methods used for these particular megaliths at Baalbek. We have many theories, lots of educated guesses, and plenty of speculation, but definitive, concrete proof, that remains frustratingly elusive. It's truly one of archaeology's greatest and most enduring unsolved puzzles. It keeps us guessing, and it keeps explorers like me searching for answers. Mainstream archaeology, of course, offers some plausible ideas. They often talk about the use of immense coordinated manpower. We're talking about potentially thousands of workers, all toiling together in a highly organized fashion. They might have used well-known ancient techniques such as levers, rollers made of sturdy tree logs, and vast earthen ramps built up to the required height. Perhaps they employed sophisticated systems of strong ropes and powerful capstans, or winches to slowly drag the stones. These methods are known to have been used at other ancient sites for large objects. But the sheer scale and weight of the Baalbek stones push these conventional explanations to their absolute limits, and perhaps beyond. Some experts openly doubt if even these methods could manage such weights and achieve such precision. Then we venture into some of the more out there but undeniably fascinating alternative theories. Some people strongly believe that the ancients who built this original platform had access to forgotten advanced technologies. Perhaps they knew the secrets of acoustic levitation, using sound waves to make heavy objects lighter, or maybe they possessed tools and machines that we can't even begin to imagine today. It's possible they understood principles of physics or engineering that our modern science has yet to rediscover. It's easy for mainstream science to dismiss these ideas as pure fantasy. But when conventional explanations seem to fall short of explaining the evidence, the human mind naturally wanders to more extraordinary possibilities. What if they knew something profound that we've lost? And the speculative theories certainly don't stop there. Some researchers and enthusiasts propose that literal giants roamed the earth in those distant times. With their supposed immense strength and stature, moving these enormous stones would have been a significantly easier task for them. This idea often draws inspiration from ancient legends, myths, and religious texts found in many cultures around the world that speak of giant beings. Others look to the skies for answers. They suggest that extraterrestrial visitors, with their superior knowledge and technology, might have assisted in the construction. Perhaps advanced alien energy devices or anti-gravity technology was used to effortlessly cut, transport, and place these incredible blocks. These are popular theories, especially when faced with such a profound and baffling enigma. Despite all the dedicated research, the countless hours of study, and all the brilliant minds focused on Baalbek, we still don't have a single, clear, universally accepted answer. Scientists, archaeologists, engineers, and historians continue to debate the possibilities. They meticulously analyze the stones themselves, the layout of the quarry, and any visible tool marks. They build complex models and even run physical experiments trying to replicate the supposed methods. But a firm consensus on how these megaliths were moved remains tantalizingly out of reach. Each theory, whether conventional or alternative, has its passionate supporters and its staunch critics. The ancient stones of Baalbek keep their secrets well hidden, standing as silent, imposing witnesses to an unknown chapter of our past. This enduring, profound mystery is precisely what makes Baalbek so incredibly captivating and famous around the globe. It's not just another pile of old, weathered rocks. It's a direct challenge to our conventional understanding of ancient history and human capabilities. It forces us to seriously consider what ancient civilizations were truly capable of achieving. Were they far more advanced, more knowledgeable than we generally give them credit for? Did they receive some form of help, perhaps from a source we haven't identified? The questions raised by Baalbek are as massive and weighty as the stones themselves, and that's exactly why people like me and so many others keep going back, always searching for new clues, always hoping for a breakthrough. So after hearing all this, what do you think? This isn't just a question reserved for the experts in white lab coats or dusty university offices. It's a fascinating puzzle for all of us to ponder. Take a moment to truly look at the evidence, even just in pictures. Consider the mind-boggling scale of these megaliths. Think about the immense physical and logistical challenges involved in quarrying, transporting, and lifting them into place. Does one particular theory make more logical sense to you than the others? Or perhaps you have a brand new innovative idea that no one has considered yet. Sometimes a fresh perspective from outside the established norms can see things that the experts might have overlooked. The possibilities are truly wide open. The ultimate truth about how the giant stones of Baalbek were moved is still out there, waiting to be discovered. Maybe one day an archaeologist will unearth a hidden chamber containing ancient blueprints or an inscribed stone tablet. Or perhaps a new technological advancement will allow us to analyze the site in a way that reveals its secrets. Until that day comes, it's up to all of us to wonder, to explore with an open mind, and to let our imaginations roam free. What do you believe truly happened at Baalbek all those thousands of years ago? How did they move those impossible megastones? I'd love to hear your thoughts. The expedition, as always, continues.